Hello, my name is Jeff Lush, and thank you for joining today. Today, we're going to talk about a simple application here. Hold on one sec. We're going to talk about sorting through this filter right here and adding a search box into this gallery. So let's go ahead and go. This is the gallery that we're looking for information in. We're going to use this box here to search for that information within this gallery. So stay tuned. We're going to jump right to this. All right, so this is a step-by-step instruction that is part of this book series right here, Elephants Do Not Float in Clouds. So take a look for that on Google. You can Google it or just Google my name, Jeffrey Lush. So let's go ahead and get started with the content here. This is what I call a visual example here. And because everything I do is visual. Now, these are very just simple to follow, but we're going to kind of work our way down through the letters here to see exactly how to set this up in your environment. So sort by columns. This is non-delegable. I have a lot of videos out on delegation, as do many people on YouTube. Basically, if you're going to exceed 2,000 rows in your application that you're writing, make sure that you use a different data source than SharePoint, or chop up your data set so that it's conducive to that 2,000 limit. Let me give you an example here real quick. This right here is an example of chopping up that data set. Notice here that we have priority tasks archive and we have PM archive 1. So when these reach the 2,000 limit, now these are a little short just for this example, but when they reach that limit, I place them in what I call an archive manager. Then when you're working within the app, if you want to find something from the past, for example, you can go ahead and just search within your environment. And notice here I searched for Amnet and it pulled up here out of this tasks of 121, pulled up one, and then it pulled up one over here. And then you can do the same thing. Cola, for example, just pulls up one here and none there. And then I can go on and edit this as well. So kind of a cool little application to deal with that issue of the multiple the 2,000 rows for a delegable source. Okay, so let's get back to what we're here to talk about, which is really this sort by columns. So here we're going to use the command sort by columns, which I use frequently, by the way. I like using SharePoint lists because these videos, I really try to focus. I'm not here to show you how much I know, but to help you get the job done with as little knowledge as humanly possible. So you can get the work done and then move on. So these are some of those gotchas that I do these videos on. So here, we're going to do sort by columns. We're going to add search in here because we want to search this gallery here for information. We want to search for information. I'm going to show you. And then this right here, G, is what we're searching, the column that we're searching in. In this example, it's task name. Now, we could, I don't have the SharePoint list up right now, but this is the task name right here. Okay, so we're searching for task name G, and we're using F right there as the search box. So that's this box right here. And if you notice here, it's called search tasks. I'm a big believer on naming everything. I don't do it every time as well as I should, but usually I try to name everything so that it makes sense to me as I'm working on it. So we're searching in this box for information in this column. So just remember that. B, F, and G. Okay. So that's the search component. Okay. Now we're going to filter that as well. So let's look at C, D, E, and C, D, and E, excuse me. So here what we want to do is we want to filter. This is our data source, priority tasks. That's the name of our list. And Gantt switch is a single text, what do they call it? Single text line or something like that. It's the default in SharePoint, single text field. So here we're sorting for a no. We're looking for everything that's not equal to no. In other words, we could put equal to yes if we wanted to. Now, why did we do that? Because in the Gantt chart right here that we're viewing on the screen, we don't want personal things inside of there. We only want corporate things, because this is a visual as well. So we go into this in a different video, but essentially I could do a screen print right here and just capture this, put this in a PowerPoint slide for somebody, and boom, I'm there. And we're going to show you more about this. And that's a full report and dashboard built right into your Power App. So, but what I'm doing is I'm filtering out that information. That's why I'm putting Gantt switch. When I created this gallery, I didn't have that in mind, but then when I pulled it up, I thought, oh man, I need to get my personal stuff out of there, like, you know, do your time card or whatever, right? So I didn't want that being in here, so I needed a switch. The easiest way to do that was to just simply go to the list, create a column, and put it in as no and yes. And then I'll show you how to automate that on the other side as well to make that a little easier on you. Okay, so we're filtering here on no. We're searching by this text. Again, that's this right here. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to type in RMA, and notice it's just going to pull down RMA tasks. Okay, so we're searching on that. And then we're sorting on the follow-up date. So the next follow-up date, and you can see that right here. These circles here, which we're going to go to, we're going to explain this in another video. But these circles indicate the next follow-up date. These bars right here are automatically changed based on variables that we put in to our task manager, and then it turns it actually orange, green, or red. This is one that has not been set. And then this represents the next follow-up date. So from a sorting perspective, you can see how this is working, right? So we start here. This is the first one we see. So we're sorting right here. Sort by columns. A and H have a relationship. We're sorting by task follow-up date. I could do this, by the way, on any column. I'm just doing it on that column. And you can see here as you go along, it's sorting right based on that information. So that's pretty much it. It's pretty simple. Again, I encourage you to look for the book on this. It's going to give you all of these details here, or just pause your video right now and take a screenshot. But this is kind of walks you through everything that you need to do to add a search feature to your filter and sort.